Most non-fans won't realize this, but Gao Yellow was actually the first GaoRanger to be recruited a full year before the events of the series in 2000. And he used to fly a Japanese F-15 self-defense fighter, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, he finds himself nostalgically walking past the military base one day when two mysterious boys run right past him. He distracts one of the guards and lets them go. A little later on, he has a vision that these two boys are standing on top of a cliff, and without saying anything, they want him to climb down this really, really tall, perilous cliff and recover these two little flowers sitting at the bottom of the cliff. Why? I don't know. This is just how his vision works. So he risks life and limb, goes to the bottom of the cliff, and he comes back with the two flowers, and then the boys in turn give him 2 seeds, and then the vision ends. Woohoo. Gao Yellow goes on to help the other GaoRanger in fighting against Cell Phone Orgu, and then when the battle goes to giant size, they're unable to use Gao King in order to defeat Cell Phone Orgu. So all of a sudden these two mysterious boys reappear at the top of one of the skyscrapers. They join their hands together and they grow to giant size and they become Gao Polar and Gao Bear. And the 2 seeds that they gave Gao Yellow earlier become their Gao Jewels. As you no doubt have noticed by now, Gao Polar is the twin that has the ice element. You can tell because he has a mountain painted on his rump. And Gao Bear is an American black bear, has the fire element tattooed on his backside. So that's how you tell them apart. Posability is nothing particularly special. The mouth can open and close. And keep in mind, these are repaints. These tattoos they have on the back here, it's actually just decals. Anyways, posability, nothing special. The mouth can open up a little bit. And actually the front legs can tilt backwards, but only because of the transformation. This is actually one of the few Gao animals that doesn't have any posability whatsoever to them. So, okay. I don't have an electronic jewel ken right now, so I can't demonstrate this for you, but as in my video review for Gao Giraffe, I got Gao Polar and Gao Bear in mint condition and box. And that means I got the jewel ken versions of them, the ones that fit inside the Gao Jewels. Now, I apologize, I'm trying to do, close-up photography on them, but they are, different molds. Even though they're posed more or less the same, but you can tell their legs are actually pointing different directions. And yes, one does actually have a little flame on his backside, and the other has a little mountain on his backside. So you can stick these in the jewel kens. Gao Jewels. I keep slipping on that. Sorry. Now in the series, Gao Polar and Gao Bear are like peanut butter and jelly. They just go together really well. Well, they have this attack feature where they touch their feet together and then they do this spinning, twirling, whirling thing. Well, they can't really do that. They don't hold each other that well. So they're brothers, okay, but they don't hang on to each other that well. They're twin brothers, but they can't hang on to each other that well. Of course, because they are twins, the transformation is identical. However, the transformation is not exactly the same as it appears in the series. With the toys, the transformation is exactly the same. So, now one of these, I don't remember which one. It's actually a little difficult to turn the arm. Okay, yeah, it's this one. I actually have to fight with Gao Bear to... Each one ratchets into 1, 2 positions, but I can't quite get him to ratchet to that second position. I know I'm talking about posability before I put it together, but I might as well address it. Gao Shark goes away. Gao Tiger goes away. Put Gao Bear on there. No pun intended. And you put Gao Polar there, and you get Gao King Double Knuckle. Look at Gao King Double Knuckle here. He's got some muscle going on here. Right on, right on. You remember how I said the Gao Elephant looked like it had boxing gloves? Well, who knew that Gao King Double Knuckle would actually get some honest-to-God thick arms? Pretty nice. The arms, still ratchet every 45 degrees. It can do that. So you can put it down if you want to, but I don't see why you need to. And then, because of the transformation, I don't know if this is because of the transformation or because they wanted to give us some good posability, but the elbows can actually ratchet forward just shy of 45 degrees. So it's probably more like 40 or 35 degrees or something like that. It's kind of lame, but hey, at least, we can tilt those elbows forward. How about that? Now, which by the way is like really awesome when it comes to Super Sentai, because you rarely get posable elbows. I mean, I keep going on about the elbows, but hey, I have to. You can't turn them side to side, but you can tilt them forward. This is awesome. Now, here's another awesome thing. Those buttons? Actually, I didn't really point them out to you earlier, but there's buttons here. You can kind of sort of open their mouths. Well, not kind of, sort of, nothing. You can really open their mouths, and their mouths will actually lock into this position. You can pull it open if you want to, but you're going to wear away the paint on the teeth. So just push on the button, get it started, and then the mouths actually lock into position. Nice. And then what you do for what is known as the bear strike, was it ice and fire bear strike, is you take these little projectiles. That's the ice projectile, and then there is a fire projectile. I don't know if that really looks like fire. I don't really know if it looks like ice, but they kind of look cool, kind of. So that's for the bear strike. And you should know that these come on a tree, so you actually get 3 of each, which is pretty nice. And then the triggers are underneath. They go about 3 feet, or 2.5, 3 feet on a flat surface. So that's pretty awesome. Gao King Double Knuckle. Not bad. Not bad at all. The lack of posability doesn't really bug me as much as I thought it would when it comes to these two. Gao Elephant can't pose very well, and Gao Bison can't pose very well, so it doesn't really bug me that much that these two can't pose very well either. But hey, the way they transform and just the way they look and what they contribute to Gao King Double Knuckle is pretty fair, I'd say. I'm willing to sacrifice the posability. I mean, like I said, they got a little posability in the leg and that's it, but that doesn't bug me. And then the mouths. Really the only thing I dislike is that the mouths have... Maybe I should use the bear that actually has color that you can see. Really the only thing I dislike about it is that the triggers or the holes for the projectile sit so low. It doesn't really look like it's coming from inside the bodies. It looks like it's coming from inside their jaw, which is just kind of, okay. But I really like these two. It's just a shame that these two don't like Gao Lion. Huh? What? So what's the difference between these two and the Black Bear and Polar Bear Wild Zords from Power Rangers Wild Force? Well, the differences are really simple. Surprisingly, I know you can't really see it here, but there's kind of a almost kind of a golden bluish white coloring to Gao Polar here. That was actually kept in the US version. However, the polished silver on all 4 legs on both bears was limited, and it's painted silver rather than being that reflective. And also both sets of projectiles were provided as well, so don't think that American audiences just had to deal with these big old holes in their mouths and they just had to imagine the ice and fire projectiles coming out. They actually had a chance to use ice and fire projectiles. So it's pretty awesome. But wait, there's one last thing I gotta say before I close this thing out. I got these two mint in box direct from a Japanese store. Not an online store where it is shipped in stock. But I got these from a Japanese store from our intrepid leader, Josh B., while he was over there on vacation. Or he was doing something over there. I think it was CDX business. I don't remember what it was. It's been a couple years now. But he was over there, and I sent him a wish list of sorts. It's like, hey, if you can find these, that'd be really sweet. And he found them. How about that? So, Josh, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. And so, this is AV Unit 4A for CollectionDX.com, signing off.